chain rule in derivative while calculating derivative in chain rule while calculating derivative in calculus. So we have seen kind of chain rule is not new in while doing the while calculating the any complex derivative we go for chain rule. But chain rule how it is useful while calculating the directional derivative and while calculating the gradient vector. So that we'll see. Now suppose that I have independent variable x. Okay, so there is a function over it that is fx. So y equal to fx. Suppose y equal to x square. So this is a function of a graph. Y equal to x square. So how much, what is the derivative of y? How much y would change per unit change in x? dy by dx. dy by dx means per unit change in x brings how many unit of change in y? dy by dx. Y equal to x square means dy by dx equal to 2x. So y would vary twice the x value. So if x is 8, at that moment y would vary 16 times to x. If x is 100, then y would, if x is 100, at that moment y would be varying 100 times than x per unit change. So dy by dx, how much y, how many units of y changes per unit change in x. So dy by dx equal to 100x means y the number of unit that is changing in y per unit change in x when x is 100, okay, is 200. When x is 2 it is 4, when x is 8 it is 16. So dy by dx is the change in y per unit change in x, it varies as x varies. So that is one concept. Now if y equal to fx, then what is the change in fx per in the direction of I vector. So now now era of dy by dx is over. So what we talked dy by dx is nothing but change in y along x axis, change in y along unit vector I. So that is f dash x means change in y, or delta y equal to how much? In direction of I, that is dy by dx. Okay, what about dy by du? Change in y along any vector, any unit vector direction u. Change in y along any unit vector direction, change in y along unit vector I, that is dy by dx, because I is x-axis. So we call it dy by dx. Y equal to x square, dy by dx equal to 2x. dy by dx, change in y per unit change in I vector, I unit vector in that direction. Change in y along unit vector u, any u, dy by du. dy by du equal to dy by dx into dx by du. This is chain rule. dy by du per unit change along a vector u brings how many unit of change in y? dy by du equal to dy by dx into dx by du. This is chain rule. So per unit change in y, per unit change in x brings how many unit of change in y? That if we have calculated one into dx by du. dy by du equal to dy by dx into dx by du. Pretty simple. What is dy by du? dy by dx into dx by du. Okay, so it will come as 2x dx by du. dy by dx is 2x into dx by du. What is dx by du? Per unit change in u direction brings how much change in x direction? It is easy to calculate because x, y, z are three orthogonal components. So if u is unit vectors, how one unit change along the unit vector u brings how much unit change along x? That is its x component. That is, if someone is standing on x-axis and there is a vector u, then how much energy he is sensing? That is dx by du. Per unit change in u direction brings how many unit change in x direction? U cos theta. Theta is the angle between u and x. Okay, so dx by du means unit vector u's component along x-axis. If u is ai plus bj, then a dx by du is a. A means if ai plus bj is a unit vector, in the sense a square plus b square to the square root equal to 1, then ai plus bj is a unit vector. If it is a unit vector, dx by du means one unit of u brings how many units in x? So if ai plus bj is a unit vector, then its strength is 1. If its strength is 1, then a is the component is the if strength of unit vector is 1, that is a square plus b square square root is 1, that is ai plus bj is the u vector, that is unit vector, then its x component is a. Dx by du per one unit of distance in u, how much is x? So unit vector is 1 only. A square plus b square square root is 1 only. So how much is x? That is a. How much is y? That is b. So dx by du is nothing but, if u is a unit vector, then its x component. So dy by du equal to dy by dx into dx by du. These things are not available in any book. All videos what we are presenting now, all video we are going to file disclosure. This chain rule is not available anywhere. Dy by du equal to dy by dx dot dx by du. This is chain rule. Now think about a two dimension. We talked about one dimension.